Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about fire. Now fire can be a really scary thing, but we do use fire as a tool. So let's learn about fire.
Fire ecology, the branch of environmental science concerned with the relationships between the incidences of fire and the processes taking place within an ecosystem. Before a fire can start, three things must be present: oxygen, fuel, and heat. Oxygen is the air you breathe. Fuel is any living or dead material that will burn, such as plants, dry leaves, pine needles, or grass. Heat can be supplied by lightning striking a tree or grass. People can also provide heat by using fire carelessly. These three things are called the fire triangle.
In order to have a fire, you have to have three things. So we refer to that as the fire triangle. Number one thing you need to have is heat. So heat is one side of our fire triangle. Now heat can come from lightning, lava, or even matches. Another side of our fire triangle is fuel. The fire needs something to burn. So in a wildland fire, the fuel is our trees, bushes, and grass. And the third side of our triangle is oxygen. So wind and the air we breathe is oxygen. In order to have a fire, you have to have the right amount of each of these three items. Too much or too little of any of these three items, and the fire goes out. Watch as I do a scientific experiment. So now for our scientific experiment, I have heat, I have fuel, which is our candle, and we're breathing oxygen. So I have the three sides of the fire triangle. So for starters, we're going to apply heat to the fuel and too much oxygen, and the fire goes out. Now, if I put this lid over the top and tighten it down, it's going to take away the oxygen and the fire goes out. So again, too much oxygen, the fire goes out. Not enough oxygen, the fire goes out. Now, for the next part of our experiment, I'm going to apply heat again to our fuel. Too much oxygen, it goes out. And now, if I squirt water on this, it's going to do two things. It's going to remove the oxygen and the heat. So, not enough heat, not enough oxygen, the fire goes out. Now, I have a different type of fuel, just another candle shaped a little bit different. We apply our heat. Too much oxygen. And now, if this was a wildland fire, I'm going to be cutting it like this is a chainsaw. I'm going to remove the fuel, and once the fuel is burned and this fuel has been removed, the fire goes out. So we've disrupted our fire triangle in many different ways, and that's how we put out fires.
Fire behavior. The three most important factors that affect wildland fire behavior is fuel, weather, topography, or slope. Slope, fuels, and weather. Slope is the rise and fall of the ground or terrain. Fire burns uphill faster than it burns downhill. Fuels, any material that will burn. Dry grass burns faster than wood, but wood burns hotter and longer. Weather. Wind, heat, and dry air make fires burn faster. Cool temperatures, calm wind, and rain can keep fires from burning. Heat transfer. Heat can be transferred from one body to another by three different methods: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction, the point-to-point transmission of heat energy. Conduction occurs when a body is heated as a result of direct contact with a heat source, such as touching a hot pan. Convection, the transfer of heat energy by movement of heated gases or liquids. The hot air and products of fire rise. If you hold your hand over a flame, you are able to feel the heat even though your hand is not in direct contact with the flame, such as if you put your hand over a pot of boiling water, the steam will reach your hand. Radiation, the transmission of energy as an electromagnetic wave, such as light waves or radio waves, without an intervening medium. The best example of heat transfer by radiation is the sun's heat, like when you get a sunburn or heat from a campfire. Most wildland fires start in the summer when it's hot and dry. Firefighters call this time of year fire season. Lightning or volcanoes. Long ago, lightning was the match that started most wildland fires. Volcanoes can also start fires with hot lava. Once people learned to start fires, wildland fires became much more widespread. Fire can be used as a tool in nature. This is called prescribed fire. Prescribed fire is a carefully planned fire that helps nature. Prescribed fires are always closely watched so they don't get out of control. Prescribed fires are started by trained firefighters. Fire in nature. Fire helps provide new food for animals. Fires remove dead trees and litter from the ground. Fires occur in nature in most parts of the world. Ash created from fires add nutrients to the soil, and fire can help create age diversity in plant communities.
So now we're going to do a little demonstration on all the things that we've already talked about. So our first demonstration is all about prescribed fire and wildland fire. So we have Drew. He's our trained firefighter. He's actually going to be lighting the fires for today. So stand by. So also, boys and girls, I want you to always remember that our demonstration is being done by a trained professional and that you are not supposed to be lighting matches unless you have an adult with you and you have their permission. So let's get to our demonstration. So Drew is starting with our prescribed fire. The fuels have been trimmed and the fire is going to burn slowly and creep around just to get rid of the underbrush to make room for new plants.
In our fire demonstration, the matches represent trees.
You notice that the wind is picking up just a little bit and the fire is burning faster. Again, weather impacts the fire.
You can see that even with the wind fanning the fire, that it's burning low, and we've only lost 2 trees so far, creeping around and not everything burns.
Now we're lighting our wildland fire.
With our wildland fire, there's a lot more fuel to burn. It's going to burn hotter and faster.
Flames are a lot bigger, the fire's moving a lot faster, and we're losing a lot more trees. Okay, and now for our next demonstration, we read already that fire travels faster uphill than it does on a flat surface. So Drew is going to light our 2 examples here, and we're going to see which one burns faster. We have our slope and our flat. Go ahead, Drew.
Drew is attempting to light both fires simultaneously, applying heat to our slope and our flat examples. You can see that the flat example doesn't even want to light, whereas our slope is burning quickly and the flames are big.
Okay, so boys and girls, you can see that we even had trouble getting this one to light. There's a little bit of a burned area here, but over here the flames took off. It was fanned just a little bit by wind, but also that slope. As the fire is traveling up the hill, it's preheating the fuels, therefore making it burn faster. So Drew, thank you so much for being our trained professional and lighting our fires today.
Thank you, Andrew, Tammy.
So today we learned about fire. We learned that fire can be very scary, but that we also use fire as a tool, not only in our daily lives to heat our homes and cook our food, but we use fire in nature. So the three sides of the fire triangle: heat, fuel, and oxygen, available in the right amounts, and we have fire. So boys and girls, fire is a tool. It's not a toy. It's something that we use, but we don't play with. So always remember to be fire safe. And until next time, see you.